voice in the streets. It's like Jesus walking. More like Christopher Walken. I know it's up. I be in New York with the gangsters. Know a nigga that'll shoot you for a tandem. If mobs just chillin' in the foreign, then my nigga showing up the famine. I be in New York with the gangsters. Know a nigga that'll shoot you for a tandem. If mobs just chillin' in the foreign, then my nigga showing up the famine. 4-4 got a kickback, click clack, get back. Shots hit your rip pack, or you could get chin chat. Them all niggas acting up, some niggas packed them up. Brazy was acting tough, some niggas slapped them up. I smoke on top, niggas mad as fuck.
Welcome back to the tube. So, morning posing rounds this morning. I haven't even looked at the footage. Literally just came in from outside. I even left my black backdrop outside. I'll have to go get that before that flies away. But in a good spot, I think. Like I said, we haven't looked at photos yet, but we did the back-to-back high days earlier this week or last weekend. Body responded really well. Officially had lowest check-in weight to date this morning. So everything is definitely moving in the right direction. Definitely still have a couple of kilos to come off. But in good spirits, in really good spirits actually. It's been a little bit of a up and down past few days. So Caitlyn and I have had Jake and Evie staying with us for the last couple of days. They've come up from Melbourne. They help us out with a lot of our content. Jake does my YouTube. They have a company called EJ Visuals, and they work with a lot of like coaches and in the content space, do a lot of filming, a lot of like social media planning, stuff like that. And they've been incredible for us. So we really, really are grateful for them helping us out with a lot of our back end stuff, social media, coaching content. But as you know, deep in prep, sometimes you just don't have the motivation to do that type of stuff. So a couple of days of like back-to-back filming content, routine out of whack, schedule a little bit different. You kind of can get in a bit of the mindset of like, I don't really want to be doing this. I kind of just want to do my cardio, eat my meals, train, watch movies, and go to bed. But understanding that it will pay off in the end, it will be only going to be beneficial. And it's something that Caitlyn and I have like really invested into doing this year, is kind of upping that sort of side of things. So knowing that it will be beneficial and choosing to have a positive mindset about it. I was chatting to the three of them actually, and I was kind of just thinking about it in the sense that like, I don't really have bad days. I have good days and great days, and how you kind of shift your mindset to thinking about being more grateful about the position that you're in. And I even got emotional last night talking to Caitlyn how I'm really like living my dream life. You know, I love my job coaching. I absolutely love, I have a roster of clients that I absolutely love working with. We have the flexibility with our schedule that we can hop on a plane and travel anywhere we want to, need to. I compete as a professional bodybuilder, and we're about to travel the world for the second year in a row. I get to do what I love, with who I love. It doesn't really get much better than that. So with that profound revelation, I'm really, really excited to kind of knock out the rest of this prep and put a package on stage that, you know, Justin and I have really put a lot into. And I know it's going to like destroy last season's physique by a country mile. So that's really the end goal. At the end of the day, as cliche as it is always you versus you. But knowing that I've constantly improved, constantly gotten better, and every time I step on stage, it's been a dramatically improved package, makes me really proud as a bodybuilder. So I think that's the most important thing. If you can walk off stage knowing that you did everything, that you're in a better position, and you gave it everything, then that's a successful prep in my opinion. So definitely very successful to date, but we've still got a bit of work to do. I'm excited to put the work in, that's all I know. We're about to go down and do some cardio. Had to wait for the light to come out so we could take some check-in photos outside. Caitlyn and I have been up since about 5 o'clock. Caitlyn's been hard at work. I've been playing 2K and then watching Jordan Hutchinson's latest YouTube. So basketball, bodybuilding, that's all that gets put on this TV. Oh, and food. We watch a lot of food. Huh?
And Yellowstone.
Oh, and Yellowstone. Nearly finished Yellowstone. I think we've only got like 4 or 5 episodes left. What are we going to do after that, babe? We're going to keep watching Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Keep watching Marvel movies. We've watched Captain America and the first 2 Iron Man movies, and I think Thor is next. Have you seen the first Thor movie? No. What do you mean? So we're going to watch Thor next. So we'll watch Thor. We're going to do some cardio. We're going to go back and train at Nexus today, I think. I actually really enjoyed training at Nexus. Burley's... My mum always said if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So we're going to go back and train at Nexus today. It was a really good vibe. They're more than happy for me to take the camera in and vlog some stuff and get some footage as well. So definitely means we can get some more content if we can train it there a little bit more frequently. And then, what day is it today? Friday. Oh, Caitlyn's been on her marketplace grind, so we now have to take a bed frame down, and we're selling that today.
You're welcome.
Yep. And then we're going to have to start putting some shoes in boxes and stuff like that, I think, as well. The journey to packing up our life and living out of a suitcase for 3 months begins. Yippee! What do we say? We're calling each other, we're nomads. What were we? No. What did you originally say? Hobos? Caitlin's like, we're hobos. I was like, let's go with nomads. We'll go with nomads instead. So, nomads. But content's coming thick and fast, guys, and it's been received really, really well, which gives me a really positive sense of self. But as you guys know, and I've kind of said before, that any engagement you guys can give me is only going to be substantially beneficial. So if you can give this video, morning, if you can give this video a like, drop a comment. If you're not subbed to the channel, if you could subscribe to the channel. We're almost at a new milestone number in terms of subscriptions.
Also, just so you know, Matt loves, what's the word?
Analytics.
Analytics. I find him waking up at 2 a.m.
I actually do.
He's on his YouTube channel looking at his analytics. So
because I want to know
some things to celebrate and love.
I want to know if like the American viewers are like, because
No,
it's that time.
I get it, babe.
I love my analytics. I'm looking at how like different videos do, the numbers of views and likes and comments and shares. So, guys,
Give him some analytics.
give me some analytics.
Please.
I need like my autism brain and my numbers brain needs to like. So yeah, if you could give it a like, give it a comment. If you could give it a share as well, if you like, if you guys pop this on and it's on in the background whilst you're eating your core and you're popping a story up anyway, like all of that just means the fucking absolute world to me. So if you could do that, it would be greatly appreciated, and it will inspire me to make a damn sight. Oh, my backdrop just fell down. I would have got to get that off the balcony before it flies off. But thank you guys. We're gonna go do some cardio, and then it is meal one time. Cardio done. Does it even look like I'm sweaty from the back? Probably not.
Probably not, but
I swear I worked hard,
it
guys.
definitely is. No, like, it looks like it, but I don't know if it's...
Oh, can't see. Alright, Caitlin's gonna make our meal ones. Maybe she can talk to you while she's doing it.
What would you like to talk about?
Talk about how much of a head case I've been in prep, how annoying I am.
Honestly, he's been really good. And that's not even me lying. I think it's been like so interesting me not being in prep. Obviously, when Matt and I started dating, we were like super fresh, and a couple of weeks in, just decided to travel to America and prep together. And that puts a lot of pressure on a relationship, which I think we handled quite well to a degree. There was lots of lessons. But it's been very interesting, me not being in prep, obviously not having the pressure of that, and being able to solely focus on him and this prep for him and what that means to him and how I can support him as his partner. Yeah, he's honestly been really, really good, especially like in the last few weeks. I think Matt is the type of person that you don't really see the prep. He doesn't let that take over how he is with other people. And so majority of the time I forget that he's even fucking in prep because this is just kind of what he does. And it's only been the last few weeks that, you know, body weight's dropped. We're a couple of weeks out and it's a grind for anybody. That there's just little noticeable things that I can see where energy is a little bit depleted, you know, he's a little bit quieter, none of which is an issue. But he handles prep very, very well. And that is why he's the pro bodybuilder that he is. Anyway, we're going to make some core. So he is on his 100 grams of rice flour still. It's the same meal. Honestly, it's been the same meal for a very, very long time. I was actually saying this to a client the other day, that convenience is key, right? When it comes to nutrition, for me in particular, I'm not even in a prep and I will still run the same meals all day, every day, because ain't nobody got time to think about food. So we both have the same meal one that we've been running probably even prior to prep last year. And it just works. So don't fix something that's not broken. You know what I mean? We'll make these and we will sit on the couch, watch some YouTube. I'll kind of chip away at some work. I've got a posing client at 9 o'clock. And then we'll pretty much get ready to go to train.
Yes.
Hit some upper body.
Upper body day.
And then, yeah, happy Friday.
Did you tell people how to deal
I
with...
feel like a space cadet.
Space cadet?
Yeah.
You tell people how to deal with someone in prep?
I don't think there's a way to deal with someone in prep. You just have to give them grace. Like, if Matt's feeling a certain type of way during any day in prep, I think obviously it's very helpful that I understand.
Yeah.
It can be really difficult to prep with someone who doesn't get it, and I think we've both been there before with partners. But it doesn't make him a bad person to be low on energy or to be a little bit more, what's the word?
Stoic? Reserved?
It's not the word I was thinking of, but sure.
Shitty? Agitated?
Yeah, agitated. We'll go with that.
Irritable?
Irritable. I was going to say irrational. Clearly, I'm not the English major here.
The biggest thing that I can do, like if you're in prep, the biggest thing you can do is communicate that you're feeling a type of way.
Yeah.
I think Caitlyn and I have miscommunicated at times where I'll always like recluse into my shell when I feel a little bit of a type of way. And I'll go quiet, or I'll like not snap back, but I'll be short with my responses. And then Caitlyn's first response is to be like, I've done something wrong, as in her. Or it's like, take
all
it.
of those things is fine.
Yeah.
Right? But I think for someone who's supporting you and, you know, isn't in that place, it's hard not to take that personally if it's not communicated.
Especially if you love that person.
Yeah.
Because you just want to help. So I know from my perspective, like if Caitlyn's in a mood, all I want to do is make her feel better. And if she's not getting better, then I'm like, well, I must be making it worse. And then in vice versa, if I sort of just communicate to her, hey, look, I'm feeling this type of way today. It's not anything you're doing. It's not your fault, but I'm just communicating, hey, this is how I feel. Like, I'm a little bit fragile today.
Yeah.
Give me a cuddle.
And that's the thing, right? Like, I think as a support person, it's so important to just be like, what do you need in this moment?
Yeah.
Because most of the time, if you understand it's not personal and you can just be your regular self and be kind of normal, like, that person will eventually move into the same vibe.
Yeah, that's another one. Last thing to touch on is that whenever Caitlyn comes to me and she's like, hey, I'm feeling a type of way, what she needs in that situation might differ from time to time. Sometimes she just wants to vent and talk shit about someone. Sometimes she...
Whoa, I don't talk shit about people.
And sometimes... Yeah. And sometimes she wants me to, like, find a solution or, like, talk through it with her. So it's like, when she comes to me with a problem, I'm like, okay, I try and clarify, like, what do you need from me right now? I'm happy to sit here and listen and not say a word. I'm happy to give you some tough love if that's what you need. Sometimes we all need a little bit of, like, truth serum or, like, a neutral perspective to look at a scenario that we're probably feeling a different type of way about. So I always will try and make my first response whenever Caitlyn comes to me is, okay, what do you need from me right now? How can I help?
And most of the time, it's just a cuddle.
And all the time, it's just a cuddle. We'll have an argument for 2 days, and she's like, if you just gave me a cuddle, this wouldn't have happened.
We would never have gotten here.
So ask them what they need, and then give them a cuddle.
Honestly, communication is something that we have learnt over time.
100%.
I've never been the best communicator, and...
Nah, I sure as shit have not.
Yeah, but we've both really tried to be better. And I think that's the thing, like, not... Most of the time, like, we would both just kind of step away.
We would definitely push away or walk away.
And it just makes it so much worse. So we've made a really conscious effort, especially, like, through this prep, I think, just to, like, try and come together even when moments are tough. And, like, this is a relationship, man. Like, things are not easy.
Yeah.
It's, like, shit's hard. Life's hard.
If someone says their relationship is perfect, they're lying, in my opinion.
Well, I just think that you don't care enough, if that's the case.
That's also true.
Like, if you're not passionate about something, then there will never be an issue.
I read an interesting quote, like, years ago, and it's always stuck with me. And it's like, the person who cares the least about the relationship is always going to be in control because they're the least person that's going to compromise in that relationship. And if you're not willing to compromise in a relationship because you don't care, then ultimately you're going to be in control. And that's just... manipulation at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And often Caitlyn and I are, like, trying so hard to please the other person that it ends up being at a detriment because we just want the other person to be happy.
Yeah.
So
the biggest thing that gets in the way of relationships, I personally think, is, like, ego.
Yeah.
You know, not wanting to be the one that breaks necessarily, feeling like you're the one that's always kind of giving or whatever that is, but that's where you just need to communicate.
Communication is key.
Yep. Let them know what you need, man.
I need my core. That's what I need.
What flavour?
Good chat.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a surprise.
What's a surprise?
What the flavour is.
What flavor it is?
What's your... Whoa. Can you guess?
That is tropical and mango.
Of which?
Tropical, well, we've only got tropical in the high stem and then mango of the pump. No? What is
Correct. Is the mango passion fruit high stem?
Oh, and then the mango pump. I got the mango pump.
Yeah.
Delts and Arms Day, baby!
Yep.
You want to know why your arms don't grow? You don't train them properly.
Amen.
Caitlyn's got back day. Upper
Yeah,
day.
look, it's my upper day.
Upper day.
We kind of just train whatever.
We're trying to just train whatever.
Yeah.
We don't. We train with intent.
I mean, we still train with intent, but it's just like my upper body's my upper body, you know? It doesn't mean as much as his does, obviously.
We need big, juicy arms, so that's what we're going to get.
Yep. Amen. Tell everyone the story of how we met.
Of How we met?
Yeah.
Is that because I was just talking about
Yeah.
it? So Caitlyn and I met about 5, maybe 6 years ago now. We both got asked by a mutual friend to help out on like a startup photo shoot for a clothing company that they were doing. And it's funny because I didn't really want to do it.
Neither.
And I kind of just said yes because I'm a nice guy and I just wanted to help someone out, and gave me something to do for the day. So drove like 2 hours from where I lived at the time to this gym to help out, and walked in and I saw this stunning redhead rocking a fresh pair of Jordans.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is that? And then turns
I
out...
don't think you were as locked in as I was.
Well, that's because I was in a relationship at the time. So I was trying to play it cool.
Yeah.
And then
This was just pre-COVID times.
pre-COVID.
Obviously, we're both from Melbourne, so that shit got hectic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I sent a DM to the girl who organised the photo shoot straight afterwards, and I was like, "Who is that man?" I was full obsessed, and she was like, "One day, like we'll get you in a relationship with him," and I was like, "Look, I can only fucking dream." Neck minute.
She slid into my DMs. She was like, "What's good?"
job, me.
And I was like,
I did, and I even put myself out there and literally asked you to hang out. I'm pretty sure I asked you to go eat something.
"Yeah." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I
He
can't.
did do the right thing.
I'm in a relationship."
He did do the right thing, but I was like, I'm sorry, what?
So I was doing the right thing. But then we got on really well. Like
Yeah.
we were still kept in touch, and obviously both of us still in the bodybuilding scene. We like replied to a story here and there, just like obviously just friendly.
I remember through my FMG prep watching his YouTubes for like your first pro tour.
My
I'm
first pro
pretty sure.
tour, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember messaging you being like, firstly, you're very articulate. Didn't know this.
Now she gives me shit because
No, he's just like an English teacher every day. It's kind of annoying, to be fair.
And Caitlyn actually bought
Pink Gang
the
t-shirt.
first ever Pink Gang t-shirt. If you know, you know.
He did.
If you know anything about Pink Gang, you've been around a long time. So she bought one of the first Pink Gang tees.
Should get Jake to put my niece.
Oh yeah,
Found the photo the other day.
yeah. So how
My
old
niece,
was
who's
Nell?
now, should be 6? No, she just turned 5.
Yeah. And Caitlyn sent me a photo of like her niece wearing one of my Pink Gang
She was
shirts,
a bubba.
and she was like 6 months old.
So
It was like
cute.
adorable.
Yeah.
And then I became single, and she was in a relationship. Wife was just like, you know what, guys, not yet.
But we can also admit that if we hadn't gotten together the first time that we met, we would not be here.
Wouldn't have worked. Neither of us were in a position to make a relationship.
No, it would have lasted a matter of months. And
You know that conversation we had earlier about wanting to communicate and wanting to like,
I was not there.
nope,
We would not.
nope.
No. Nope. I would say, respectfully, we were both red flags at that
What
time.
flag? Bro, I was China. I was the red flag.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a changed man.
Yeah.
He's a changed man.
Finally just found one worth changing for, you know what I mean?
You know, or something like that.
Something like that. you know. So anyway,
Anyway, that's just gotten us to the gym, so
let's go fucking train. Let's do it.
Alrighty, so we're here at Nexus again, and it is basically empty, which is fucking sick. So we're gonna have a really fucking good session. Delts and arms today. Before we press, always like to warm up rear delts first. So we'll do kind of like a reverse pec deck, like a face pull variation, just to lube the shoulders up a little bit. And then we'll get into their pin loaded shoulder press, which is feeling pretty nice. So we'll get onto that and kick this baby off. Always want to get lubed up. Always want to make sure we're warm, especially before we do a compound movement. So always before we start something big and heavy, make sure that everything's where it needs to be. Whoop! That is way too light. Almost ready to press. Never used a shoulder press before, so we're kind of gonna feel our way through it. Feel our way through the range. Still the same sets, same reps, same RIR, same stimulus as we would normally get no matter where we're training. So just because it's a new gym and there's new pieces, doesn't mean we go crazy and max out every single machine in the gym. Still need a good, strict, strong shoulder press. We only do 2 sets of shoulder press anyway, so may as well do them properly. So we'll see how this feels. Get a couple of feeder sets and then press in. Yeah, we're probably definitely gonna need a full stack this bad boy. Beautiful. Tell you what, definitely not going to hear any Lady Gaga or Katy Perry in this gym. Very powerlifting vibe, but lots of really good pieces. So you've got a bunch of Prime, a bunch of Nautilus, a bunch of Raptor, Atlantis, some really good bodybuilding pieces. It's quiet, it's a good vibe. We can get some good content in here. Happy days. Might see a lot more footage in this gym, I think. So stay tuned. All right, let's get a top set going. Hang on. Alrighty. Prime cable curl. We found these kind of fat grip looking things, which I'm a really big fan of. Like a bit of girth in my hands, you know. Doesn't happen very often, so when I can, I'll take advantage. So it's a little bit of a different cable stack to what I'm used to. So we're just trying to find reps and schemes and weights and loads. So I think that's going to be too light for a working load, but I think the next plate up is going to be too heavy. So being a powerlifting gym, there should be some 1 kilo plates floating around or 2 kilo plates floating around, and we can play around with that. .5 kilo plates, shebang. Should be perfect. Absolutely fucking bang on. I definitely prefer higher reps for smaller muscle groups. Obviously, there's variances and nuances and caveats to all of those things, but arm training specifically wouldn't normally train anything lower than like the 12 rep mark. I'd really stick to like the 12 to 15, sometimes even 20 rep range. Whereas with things like quads, chest, back, you can kind of work down into like the 8 to 10 range. Get a much better stimulus at higher loads for bigger muscle groups like that. But for smaller muscle groups like lateral delts, biceps, triceps, things like that, higher rep ranges definitely. All right, exercise number 3, triceps. We're over on the Atlantis cables now with another interesting grip. This is kind of like a, what they call spiral strength. The same thing, kind of smaller at the top, bigger at the bottom. I'm not gonna say anything. But these feel really comfy, allow you to lock in and really squeeze through that tricep. So tricep, crossover, press down. Great starting point. Probably got 1 plate on that, I think, so we'll use that as just a feeder set. We'll go up 1 plate and hit 3 sets of 15 there. And then we're back to a lateral raise. Cable lateral raise. Takes a little bit of fiddling around, finding the right setup, finding the right cables, finding the right handles, finding the right line. But once you get it, definitely a little bit on the lighter side. So again, we'll use that as a feeder set and then we'll work our way up. Really think about pulling the cables apart rather than coming up. We really want to work on that lateral head. We don't want to be shrugging the weight. So depress the scapula, hands away. All right, we'll go up, do a working set. Oh yeah. That's better. Much better working set. I think I want to play with something new just for shits and gigs. So we've got this tricep extension here. So it essentially is going to mimic a dumbbell skull crusher, but it's a little bit more isolated, a little bit nicer on the shoulders, a little bit more braced. I'm gonna really lean forward here. Really think about pushing down, squeezing through that tricep. Perfect. So it gives us the same range of motion, same stimulus, same principles as a dumbbell skull crusher, but it's a lot more braced. Allows you to keep your elbows a little bit more narrow. A lot of times when fatigue kicks in, those elbows start to flare when we start to do a dumbbell skull crusher. So this really allows us to kind of lock in, brace, squeeze through the right movement. That's arm day done, or delts and arms, but just gonna finish off one more set of each of those, and that's a wrap on Party Pump Fridays. Sorry. There you go.
It's my bad arm.
It's your bad arm?
I don't know why my left arm's getting it.
I feel flat as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, I feel really flat.
Chest.
Bottle do. Okay, so we are back home. It is a little bit later, probably about 3 o'clock, I think. So we got home, had post-workout, which is the exact same as it's always been. So chicken, rice, salad, and then did a bit of client work. Caitlyn sold one of our bed frames, so we had to kind of take that down, get that downstairs. Someone came and picked that up. Then did a bit of client work each. Caitlyn and I kind of got stuck into some client check-ins. And then had meal 3, which was the same as meal 2. So chicken, rice, salad. And now we're on the walking pad, which has definitely seen some things this prep, let me tell you. But yes, I like to rug up when I'm on the walking pad. Don't know why, but I've always just been a hooded cardio guy. So we'll probably knock out kind of 30 or 40 minutes steps on here, just whilst I watch some YouTube or put a movie on or something like that. Just makes the time go super easy. So we'll knock that out. Got my check-in back from Justin as well. And looks like we're running back-to-back high days again this weekend. So we did the back-to-back high days last weekend, and then we still dropped about 1 kilo this week after that. So that's a really good way to kind of top the glycogen levels off, wash a bit of fatigue off, and then go back into kind of like fat loss phase. So was pretty happy with the posing at Nexus post-workout. Definitely feeling like very much on the flatter side. So, but you got to get flat to lose the last bit of fat. That's what they say. So we've got to do that. And then, so we'll flush back in some carbs this weekend. And that'll be the exact same 2 high carb days that we did last week. So just increasing our rice flour and rice portions from, so the 2 rice flours that we do at the start of the day and the end of the day, we'll increase those portions from 100 grams to 160. And then the rice that I have in the chicken rice salad meals will just increase from 70 grams up to 100 grams in each meal. And then meal 4 will stay the exact same. So one thing that I've definitely mentally kind of changed is kind of moved my meals forward a little bit. So bedtime for us is anywhere between sort of 8:30 now. And I'm up sort of anywhere between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's a really big thing to improve your sleep quality is to not eat right before going to bed. So you find if you eat too close to bed, your resting heart rate doesn't decrease, your body temperature doesn't come down quite as much. You'll find yourself sort of waking up multiple times during the night, and your recovery, if you track your sleep, we use the Oura Ring. So if you track your sleep and you eat really close, you know, if you've ever noticed if you've had like a really big cheat meal or if you've kind of binged or eaten right before going to bed, your sleep quality is never optimal. So normally we would kind of eat meal 4 around 5:36, and then meal 5, which is the core meal, is usually somewhere between 7:30. Now, as we're going to bed at like 8 o'clock now, it's probably a little bit too close to bed for me. So we're just going to move those 2 meals down just a little bit. And it might not sound like a lot, but like I said, any 1% extra we can kind of get, we're going to try and make that improvement. And I'm not someone that really like has issues with late night cravings or eating or anything like that. Like I've never really thought about even remotely going a gram off my meal plan. Hunger isn't really an issue for me in prep. And like in saying that, I'm still eating over 3,000 calories. So it's not like I'm eating 1,500 calories and kind of starving myself to death and constantly thinking about food. My food focus is easily the lowest it's ever been in any prep ever. And I'm not using Retta, just to clarify. No Retta, no peptides, no nothing. Just good old fashioned steroids and growth hormone. So I just wanted to clarify that, but definitely not using retatrutide, not using Motzi, not using Slew, not using any of those guys. Just because don't feel like I need it. Like I said, I've always enjoyed dieting. I've always preferred being in a deficit more than I have been in a surplus. So move those meals forward. get the digestion time a little bit better, get my sleep quality a little bit better, and just kind of stay on top of those 1%ers, and especially at this point in time where sleep is kind of probably my biggest priority in prep. I want to try and optimize that as much as I can. So I'm already waking up a couple of times a night, and I find myself waking up between 4 and 5 a.m. and not being able to get back to sleep. So my NBA 2K My Player is getting a workout right now. So definitely chipping away at that. And on top of that, we're also scaling cardio back as well. So normally I'll do 30 minutes cardio in the morning, and Justin has scaled that back to 20 minutes cardio in the morning just to help keep some fullness. We know that me getting lean and in condition is never a problem, but me holding on to contractile tissue, me holding on to some size and fullness is kind of our main priority. Now we know we're like within reach of our weight cap now, so not really cause for concern there. I knew that there wouldn't be. Like I said, last time this year, we were probably around the 95-ish kilo mark, and we're at least 5 kilos up on that this year with comparable conditioning. Now, that's not to say that I've added 5 kilos of tissue in the last off season, but in terms of the efficacy of the look, the fullness of the physique, kind of the pop that I have now compared to last year, I was definitely quite stringy, shredded, peeled to the bone, but you know, it's called bodybuilding at the end of the day. It's not a weight loss competition. So managing that at this point in prep is paramount. Like priority number 1 is keeping fullness in, full transparency. Like we will be using orals towards the back end of the prep. You know, whether that's all your favorites like Anavar, Winstrol, or Stanozol. You know, either of those 2 will be a tool that we will use in the back end of prep. And knowing that, you know, putting Anavar in will bump up body weight just a little bit, just from being, you know, higher milligram dosage of AAS. So we want to make sure that we're on the safe side and we can allow ourselves to carb up properly. I'm not at a point where I'm as big as some of those biggest guys in Classic yet. So we can definitely pull a little bit off, not have to do any of those like crazy like sauna weight cuts or water depletion weight cuts like some of those guys have to do to make weight. And hopefully by doing that, it means that we can provide a fresher look on stage, mitigate as much fatigue, bring as less cortisol, stress, inflammation as humanly possible, and then physique will reflect that on stage. So a couple of high days back to back. Got legs tomorrow, so we'll see how the output is training legs tomorrow. Definitely felt flat today, but didn't really look too flat, I don't think, but just feeling that kind of fatigue. So a couple of days of extra food will help kind of push that along, and then back to the dig next week and the marathon continues. So this is the fun part of prep for me. You know, I'm really structured and really consistent with everything I do for the majority of my prep, which is quite boring. Not to me, but quite boring to sort of continually repeat and detail for a lot of people. Like, I can't do multiple full days of eating in prep because it looks the exact same for like 16 weeks. And I love that part. I'm not someone that needs, you know, different meals or a change up, or I love my routine, I love my structure. So at least now, you know, adds a little bit of excitement when we're adding those high carb days in, seeing how the body changes, seeing how the physique looks, seeing how the fatigue feels, seeing how the recovery transpires, all those kind of different aspects. That's the fun part of bodybuilding. This is where all the excitement happens. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm gonna finish these steps off, maybe play a couple games of 2K, and then it'll be meal 4 time when the sun's still up. So can't really call it dinner time, but you guys know the drill. I'm gonna put the remotes away. And again, guys, appreciate all the support. If you've made it this far, comment a running man or comment like a walking man emoji, because your boy's stepping and your boy's sweating. But we love this shit. We're grateful for this shit. It's something that I really, truly, thoroughly enjoy. And I couldn't be more excited to get back up on stage and show all the hard work that we've kind of put in the last 12 months and See if we can't get a couple of top threes or run amok in the first call out every now and then. Because if you're not trying to be the best, what's the point in doing this shit, you know what I mean? Alrighty, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.